Today, it is day 1. It's the first time that the whole crew and all the extras and everyone is seeing this set, so it's pretty exciting.
I'm sure every actor in this franchise looks forward to shooting their death scene. Anytime I've told somebody this is what I'm working on, how do you die is all they want to know.
You know, obviously every Final Destination film has to open with a giant scene like this. As soon as you see the Skyview Tower, you're like, okay, people will be falling to their deaths.
The Skyview is hundreds of feet up in the air, and it's 1969, so you walk in, it's mid-century modern, it's beautiful, it's the 5-star restaurant of the time, and it's opening night.
And even more impressive, the entire project was completed 5 months ahead of schedule.
Woohoo, right? Wrong.
Coming up with the death sequences for a Final Destination movie is actually really hard because it needs to be both accessible and readily identifiable, a place that you or I have always found ourselves in, and then we have to imbue that location with a terrible, malevolent threat. And that's both the fun of the franchise, but it's difficult.
You can tell they put so much time into planning every little piece of it that it's kind of like walking into a play that's already been choreographed for you.
One of the great pleasures of making this film was working with Rachel, our production designer.
Rachel O'Toole did an amazing job creating the Skyview set.
She really brought an incredible eye of design, but also a love of the franchise. One of the key ideas that we all fell in love with was this idea that circles kill. The Skyview itself is round. The dance floor is round. Iris's pupil, her iris, is round.
The penny that kills them all?
You can just see almost every scene that motif is created as a way of showing that death is coming for you.
The 60s stuff was tons of fun to do. And then you're figuring out how you're going to do all the stunts, what's going to be required, and how that's all going to come together. And we had 10 dresses, 5 for her and 5 for her stunt double, that then also had different stages of breakdown that kind of go from a first set to a more intense set to being ripped and singed and ultimately bloody.
This set that we're standing in front of has 14 people falling to the ground countless times. And the tilted set has 20 lines to hover our performers above glass.
We worked with our stunt team to ensure that we could lay them all on the glass without them prematurely breaking the glass. And then
I don't think we've ever dropped 20 people all in one shot at one time.
We have the elements that we shot on blue screen, and there will also be some real elements that we shot on the restaurant set.
All our stunt team came together to do this incredible moment where one of our characters is lit on fire. The stunt woman, Yvette, she's an elderly woman, and she was very excited to do this full-body burn. The stunt team could think of anyone older that had ever done a full-body burn like that. So it seems like we may have broken the world record for oldest person on fire.
What we have behind us is called a virtual volume. It's a bunch of LED panels that we have running content on. Because it's an LED wall, we can project and put up pretty much anything. And so you're able to do things like cue fire or rotate the background in real time or change the lighting environment.
In the background, I can hear them getting ready to crush me to death. Blood's gonna come everywhere. They have built a life-size doll of me, a doppelganger. They put it next to me, and it freaked me out. The texture, everything, the coloring is me.
People are not going to want to get into an elevator and be halfway in and out. Just saying.
Everybody's there, obviously, for the deaths. Whenever there's a death day, it's taken very, very seriously, and they take a lot of time.
Oh, jeez! Shit!
My death scene, it was awesome. It's a very brutal death. I am in love with it, and as a Final Destination fan, I feel like I got really lucky with my death. And how we did that was I had my stunt double, Colton, who's unbelievable. I don't know how he didn't get claustrophobic in this. We have the MRI, and there's a board in the middle of the MRI that I stick my lower half into, and then his upper half is underneath that in the MRI machine. So it's my upper half outside of the MRI machine and his legs perfectly below me, and they sewed my shirt to his pants, so it just looks like it's me. He has a much better butt than I do, so that's great for everybody when this comes out. It was me. Actually, it was me. It was all me. The whole thing was me.
I was so excited about mine, honestly, when I read it. I was so pumped. It was the first thing. I mean, I've never died in a movie, first of all, and first thing out of the gate is death. It was super cool. Bobby has a peanut allergy, which I do too. I was doing the audition. They're like, have you ever had an allergy? And I was like, well, this is my EpiPen. And they're like, perfect.
Family. You don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one that you got.
Howard is a guy who really likes to create a place for his family that they're going to enjoy. And we build this sequence around all these relatable things that are in your backyard, that when you look at them through the lens of Final Destination, of death coming for you, you realize that your backyard is an incredibly dangerous place to bring all of your family members, and he meets his untimely end there.
Everyone said that I have the best death scene. The directors, the designers, I mean, first of all, my death scene was an ecosystem. My death scene fed families. The way that I die is so extreme.
In a testament to Anna, that was the first thing she shot. She showed up for first day, we're gonna kill you on a garbage compactor.
Yeah. The other thing that's crazy about that, in the take we're using in the film, she cried a single tear as the garbage compactor is going through her face. There was a real single tear that came out of her eye as she's dying. It was incredible.
I remember being sick to my stomach that day because these arms looked so real.
We built that particular garbage truck that we see for our interior shots at our special effects shop. We built a rig that people use in construction that has all the pins in it that allows you to find the angles of a corner. It's very unnerving and unsettling because you see this piece of metal coming at someone's face, and then all of a sudden the metal stops, but it keeps growing around the rest of their face.
It looks like my head's really getting cut off. Like, it looks crazy even before special effects.
And cut. Everyone knows everyone dies. So that's challenging as a filmmaker to make something not just feel predictable.
Eric, you're next. Eric isn't Howard's biological son.
And so it's really, really fun in the way that we make you think that something's gonna happen. And it gives the audience this fun experience of participating in the film.
I'm gonna stay alive as long as I